Before I read to you from the Discovery Who book, so this time I'm going to read from the Discovery Toys What book. All right. We'll start out and do a few pages, sections, and there's more. This is by Kathy Billingsley Smith and illustrated by Robert S. Storms. Like I said, it's from the Discovery Toys. What is sign language? Many people in the world do not hear very well. Some of them cannot talk at all or hear what other people say. So these people talk another way with their hands. They use sign language. They make pictures or signs with their hands to show different words and ideas. The sign for wake up looks like you are opening your eyes with your fingers. This sign means love. It looks like a hug. So there's the wake up and there's the hug, which means love. Lots of other people talk without speaking. American Indians, Native Americans, as we call them today, used to talk with their hands when they did not know the language of another Indian tribe. Today, umpires use special signs during ball games. Traffic officers talk to drivers by blowing on whistles and holding up gloved hands to say stop. We all use our hands and bodies to talk with other people. The Native Americans, the umpire at a game, telling the guys out, and the police officer telling the traffic to stop. What makes puddles disappear? After a rainstorm, you can see many puddles on the ground. As time goes by, the puddles get smaller and smaller until they finally disappear. What makes this happen? As the sun shines on the ground, it heats up the water in the puddles. The water becomes so warm it changes into a gas called water vapor. This changing action is called evaporation. You cannot see the water vapor because it becomes part of the air. The water from the puddles evaporates into the air a little at a time until the puddle is gone. Water evaporates from puddles and from ponds, rivers, and oceans too. When it reaches the cool air high above the earth, the water vapor changes back into tiny drops of water. All the drops stick together to form a cloud. The drops grow heavier and heavier until at last it rains. Then you have puddles to splash in once again. What letters are used most often in words? When you read stories or write words, do you ever wonder which letters are used most often? The letter E is found more often than any other letter in the alphabet. Elephants exercise early in the evening if they have any energy at all. Those letters in the order of how they are used are also found many times. These letters, And the letters are T, A, I, S, O, and N. Can you think of words that start with each of these letters? Think about it. The word think begins with a T, doesn't it? Now you can guess which letter is used the least. It's the letter Z. In fact, the letter is used 50 times more often than the letter Z is. Knowing this might help you when you play a game of Hangman. And Hangman is similar to the game on TV called Wheel of Fortune. What is the fastest moving animal? What do you think? The fastest land animal is the cheetah. Over a short distance, it can run as fast as 70 miles per hour. Deer and antelope are also swift runners with top speeds of 50 and 60 miles per hour. People, when they are running very fast, can only go about 22 miles per hour. In the ocean, the fastest fish is the sailfish. It can swim at speeds of 68 miles per hour. This is much faster than any of the world's nuclear submarines can go. Dragonflies can move more quickly than any other insect. Wow. They can fly at speeds of 35 miles per hour. But the world's fastest creatures are two birds, the swift and the peregrine falcon. Both birds can easily fly more than 100 miles per hour. Scientists designed jet planes to have the same shape as these birds with their pointed, swept back wings. When the peregrine falcon takes a power dive, it folds its wings against its body. It can then move at speeds of more than 200 miles per hour, zooming toward the ground. Ah, there it goes, zooming toward the ground. I bet some of you see deer moving fast. What causes earthquakes? Here we see the earth as in a globe here. The crust which covers our earth is like a huge puzzle made of many pieces. These pieces move very slowly. Where two pieces meet, they grind and rub against each other. The bumping and grinding cause a lot of pressure under the ground. When the pressure becomes too great, we have an earthquake. During a strong earthquake, the ground shakes and the earth buckles. Sometimes buildings fall, hurting or killing people. Sometimes whole cities are destroyed. That's why they say to get under a heavy piece of furniture or stand in a doorway. Protect your head. Stay away from falling things. Scientists are learning more and more about earthquakes. They use a special machine called a seismograph to help them. They know why earthquakes happen and where they are likely to take place, but scientists cannot always tell when earthquakes will hit. Some of you may or may not know that where many of you and where I live in southeastern Illinois, we have a lot of faults in the ground, so earthquakes can be more common. What makes me sneeze? When something bothers the inside of your nose, you sneeze to get rid of it. Inside your nose are lots of tiny hairs. They help clean the air that you breathe into your body. The hairs catch dust and other small things in the air. Sometimes the dust will tickle the inside of your nose. When that happens, look out. Then you have to sneeze. Achoo. You also sneeze when you have a cold or hay fever. Then the inside of your nose swells up and hurts. Sneezes help to clean out your nose and make you feel better. But germs and dust are blown out of your nose and mouth when you sneeze. That is why it's good to cover up your sneezes with a tissue in your hand or with, sneeze into your elbow. And you know what else can cause you to sneeze? Sometimes when you cook with pepper.